Hello, third graders. It is finally the day you've been waiting for. You get to plan your story. I've been approached multiple times this week about this, and I don't blame you. I'm excited also for you. So I think we're just going to dive right in. I want to show you what the document is that you're going to be working with today. And I would like for you, oh God, there was so many. Okay, first of all, you have the notes that you've been working on. Okay, so you should have that in front of you. You also have this story plan that we're going to be passing out to you. And if you're at home, you're going to pull this up, print it out, or you can type right into it if you want to. Just save it. Don't type it right onto this document in the screen. You all know about that. Okay, so the story plan is going to look something like this. You do have the parts of your story and your story information. So in the parts of your story, you're going to have your characters. So you need to know who your characters are. If there are some main characters, great. And if you have supporting characters that pop up as time goes on, that's totally fine. It's a plan. A plan is something that is meant to be played around with. So that's okay. How and why your character or characters ended up in Brazil. Did they win a contest? Are they visiting family? Or do they already live in Brazil? In our case, the story that we are going to present to you, or that we've already presented to you, is that there's a girl named Giselle, and she's going to see her cousin in Brazil. Her cousin's name is Alessandra. And so she's going to see family. So that's what this is, visiting family. The lead of the story is really just a couple of sentences. Because remember, this is like a 2-page story. So you're not going to have this runaway train of a lead. It's just going to be like, Giselle bounded out of bed. Yes, she said excitedly. I can't wait to get to Brazil to visit my cousin Alessandra. Later that day, Giselle sleepily walked off the plane and was greeted by Alessandra and her aunt and uncle. So that's our introduction. You don't have to get into a lot of details. I don't think that's necessary. If you were writing a longer story, yes, obviously it would be very necessary. And then the next thing that's going to happen is, what cultural experience does your character encounter first? So in my case, I want it to be language, because I really want my character to get very excited that she's learned some Portuguese, and she's going to try it out on her cousin and her family right out of the gate. So I want the first cultural experience to be that. And then I'm going to go to the notes that I took, and I'm going to think about all these words and the pronunciation of these words and the meaning behind it, so that I could actually use them in my story. And so that's going to come when I start actually drafting it, but I want to make sure that I know this information first. How did they arrive to this place? So I could say Giselle took a plane to Brazil to visit Alessandra. um she is she whoops sorry she is excited about using the Portuguese that she has been practicing. And also, this is like a weird font. I've not been using, I have Oswald off to the left, but I want to just keep it simple if I can. So I'm going to be using Calibri in my notes. All right. So this is how you're going to use it. The next thing that comes up is, how are you going to teach your reader about this Brazilian experience? Well, I think it makes sense to say that, I'm going to write this in Calibri if I can. Giselle will greet her family with some language that she learned. And the family will say something about it. Something like that. I don't even know if that's exactly how the story went, but this is my original plan. And then if I want to change it, I can. So it could be that a tour guide is going to be teaching us about it. It could be a guidebook. It could be that you're reading a plaque. It could be a character dialogue. It could be a brochure. It's entirely up to you. That's it. Then it's, what cultural experience does your character engage in next? And then there's the same questions. And then what is the last cultural experience? And that's in a different color. And then you'll have your story ending, which is like maybe a lesson learned or a closure. Oh, I'm so excited to get to my next adventure. Yay, looking so forward to it. Okay. Remember, this is not going to be a really, really long, story. It's going to be something that is manageable for you right now. And so, somebody said to me the other day, well, if I write 3 pages, what if I write 5? I'm like, you can write 5 if you want to, but I'm not going to read it. Did I just say that? Please, please, I'm begging you. Don't bite off more than you can chew, as they say. Okay. Have so much fun planning your story. I'm so excited. All right. Have a lovely rest of your day.